Bintun Datuk Abang Jopeng, Chief Minister of Sarawak. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to our guest of honor, the Honourable Chief Minister. Please rise for the national anthem, Negaraku, and the state anthem, Ibu Pertiwiku. Majlis merakamkan ribuan. Terima kasih. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Right Honourable Datuk Tinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari Bintun Datuk Abang Jopeng, Chief Minister of Sarawak. The Honourable Datuk Amar Jaul Samiun, Sarawak State Secretary. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Sri Muhammad Bakit Saleh, Chairman of Petroleum National Berhad, Petronas. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Amar Dr. Hamid Bugo, Chairman of Petroleum Sarawak Berhad, Petros. The Honourable Datuk Haji Muhammad Noruddin bin Haji Majais, Assistant Minister of International Trade and Industry, Terminal and Entrepreneur Development Sarawak. Distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this auspicious occasion, the signing ceremony of Memorandum of Understanding for Natural Gas Supply to Sarawak between Petroleum National Berhad, Petronas, and Petroleum Sarawak Berhad, Petros. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is now with great pleasure to invite Sahibul Fadilah Datuk Mustafa Kamal bin Ahmad Fauzi, Imam Besar Negeri Sarawak, to recite the doa.
آمين آمين يا رب العالمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Allahumma ya Allah ya Tuhan kami, Tuhan yang Maha Pengasih lagi Maha Penyayang, dengan penuh rasa syukur kami berhimpun di majlis menandatangani Memorandum Persepahaman Gas Asli di antara Kerajaan Sarawak dan Petronas yang akan disaksikan bersama Yang Amat Berhormat Ketua Menteri Sarawak. Mengharapkan mudah-mudahan segala usaha dan perancangan kami mendapat rahmat dan berkat dari-Mu ya Allah. Allahumma ya Allah ya Rahman wa ya Rahim. Ya Allah, jadikanlah segala kerja murni kami mendatangkan kebaikan kepada kami sekalian dalam memenuhi segala tuntutan dan keperluan. Anugerahkanlah ya Allah kepada negeri Sarawak dengan kekayaan hasil mahsul buminya, agar kami dapat menghasilkan produktiviti dan meningkatkan pendapatan bagi negeri yang kami sayangi ini. Ya Allah, kurniakanlah kami dengan nikmat kesehatan dan keafiatan yang berpanjangan, dengan kewarasan fikiran, kecerdasan minda, ketabahan dan kecekalan dalam mendepani segala ujian dan rintangan. Allahumma ya badi'as samawati wal ard. Ya Allah, kami bersyukur padamu dengan nikmat negeri dan negara yang aman damai ini, serta pemimpin-pemimpin yang sentiasa mengambil perhatian terhadap pembangunan dan kemajuan negeri dan negara, serta keperluan dan kesejahteraan rakyat sekalian. Peliharakanlah ya Allah semangat perpaduan dan persefahaman di antara kami yang berbilang bangsa, budaya dan agama. Hindarkanlah kami daripada segala musibah dan wabak-wabak penyakit. Ya Allah, dengan temeterainya perjanjian ini, mudah-mudahan usaha dan niat suci kami mendapat keberkatan yang berpanjangan. Akhirnya kami pohonkan limpah rahmat serta taufik dan hidayah-Mu kepada pemimpin-pemimpin kami serta rakyat sekalian. Amin. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Allahumma ja'al jam'ana hadha jam'an marhuma wa tafaruqana min ba'dihi tafaruqan ma'suma. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adzaban nar. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amin amin ya rabbal alamin. Terima kasih Sayyidul Fadilah Imam Besar Negeri Sarawak for the recitation of the dua. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Sarawak State Government aspires to expand the utilization of natural gas domestically for the development of additional power generations, development of petrochemical industries, and downstream business within the state of Sarawak. And this is consistent with the larger agenda to create high-income economy under Sarawak Vision 2030. To welcome all of us this morning, ladies and gentlemen, we now invite Yang Bahagia Tan Sri, Datuk Sri Muhammad Baqir Saleh, Chairman of Petronas, to deliver the welcoming speech. Yang Bahagia Tan Sri, please.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. All praises be to Almighty Allah, the Merciful and all beneficent, by whose grace and blessings we've been able to gather here this morning. Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Johari bin Tun Datuk Abang Haji Openg, Chief Minister of Sarawak. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Amar Dr. Hamid bin Bugo, Chairman of Petroleum Sarawak Berhad, PETROS. Yang berhormat Datuk Ahmad Jo, Samion, Sarawak State Secretary, Yang Berhormat Dato' Haji Muhammad Nuruddin bin Haji Majais, Assistant Minister for International Trade and Industry, Industry Terminal and Entrepreneurial Development Sarawak, Encik Adif Zulkifli, Executive Vice President and CEO, Upstream Business Petronas. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Petronas, I would like, first of all, to express my sincere and heartfelt thanks to Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Johari bin Tun Datuk Abang Haji Openg for being here with us this morning to witness this momentous event between Petronas and the State of Sarawak relating to the domestic supply of natural gas to the Sarawak economy. The signing of the Memorandum of Understanding we are about to witness reflects a further milestone achievement following the conclusion of the Commercial Settlement Agreement on the 7th of December 2020, and I am very much encouraged that our strong relationship continues to open up new areas of collaboration in support of the state's development aspirations, inshallah. Our MOU builds upon the earlier principal agreement of 2016 between the state government and Petronas, in which Petronas had, at the time, committed 450 million standard cubic feet per day of additional gas volume for domestic use in both the power and industrial sectors. The staggered increase envisaged under the MOU, which would ultimately bring the total domestic gas allocation to 1.2 billion standard cubic feet per day, would not only support the state's aspirations to attract investments from new, higher value-adding industries into Sarawak, but would also provide the necessary impetus for further upstream exploration that would strengthen the state's hydrocarbon resource base, inshallah. An enhanced resource base is vital for Sarawak's long-term prosperity, as it would help ensure that new value-adding activities can be pursued without jeopardizing those gains already being enjoyed from existing gas monetization efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, natural gas is indeed a valuable natural resource. It holds tremendous potential and opportunity to be a major driver for wider economic and social development. Realizing this potential, however, is no mean feat, for by its very nature, the natural gas value chain from the wellhead to end consumer is highly capital intensive. The gestation period required to explore and commercialize the resources is long, and the attendant benefits can only be achieved over a period of many years, if not longer. A great deal of patience, perseverance, and stamina is required of everyone involved. In other words, the success of natural gas chain, whether involving LNG or pipe gas supply, depends not only on the legal and commercial arrangements the collaborating parties will put in place, but also, perhaps even more so, on the strength of mutual confidence between them. This would not be possible without a genuine partnership in which the legitimate aspirations of each party are duly recognized and the right balance is achieved to produce outcomes that prove mutually beneficial or are a win-win for all. Petronas has long viewed its participation in Sarawak's oil and gas industry as more than just a partner. For us, a true partnership is a relationship that successfully creates value more than just the monetary worth of its underlying commercial transactions. A relationship to us is a long-term commitment underpinned by common objectives and sustained by mutual understanding, mutual respect, and perhaps most importantly, by mutual trust. A successful relationship requires the meaningful participation and genuine support from all parties to ensure effective contributions that create value. In this respect, Petronas is honored and grateful to have had the strong support and understanding from the state government, including Petros, in enabling our long, successful presence in the state. Looking ahead, it is my sincere hope that Petronas will continue to be privileged to receive the necessary support from the state government and Petros, especially for the smooth implementation of future projects pursuant to this MOU. Before I conclude, I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of Petronas to thank the Sarawak State Government for all its support and cooperation in making today's signing possible, and in particular to Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Johari, the Chief Minister. I look forward to the furtherance of our long-term cooperation and relationship, as well as to the successful realization of the state's aspirations for the prosperity and well-being of the people of Sarawak and Malaysia at large. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullah.
Thank you, Yang Raga Tan Sri, for the welcoming speech. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Memorandum of Understanding signed today between Petroleum National Berhad, Petronas and Petros marks a significant milestone for the state's 10-year Sarawak Gas Roadmap, which is designed to realize the full potential of Sarawak's abundant gas resources towards achieving Sarawak's vision as a high-income advanced economy by 2030. Before we listen to our guest of honor speech, let's enjoy this video presentation. Sit back and enjoy.
In the largest Malaysian state on Borneo Island, Sarawak's Vision 2030 is already underway. Guided by the three pillars of prosperity, inclusivity, and sustainability, Sarawak is currently implementing massive growth and infrastructure activities aiming towards becoming a developed state with a thriving society by 2030. A fundamental building block for Vision 2030 is energy, and we are blessed with abundant natural resources, high biomass availability, and extraordinary biodiversity. These, coupled with our strategic location at the center of global maritime traffic and a stable tropical climate sited outside the Ring of Fire, means Sarawak has all the critical factors to stimulate investment safely and securely. The future, however, now demands a low-carbon world, and the transition to that requires natural gas as a bridging fuel. As Sarawak holds over 50% of Malaysia's and 10% of Asia-Pacific's natural gas reserves, we are seizing this window of opportunity to unlock greater value using this resource in the manufacturing and services industries, along with diversifying the power generation mix with lower carbon footprint. Through the Sarawak Gas Roadmap, we are on the path to becoming Asia's most sustainable energy ecosystem. Capitalizing on our inherent advantages, The Sarawak Gas Roadmap combines the potential of 4 strategic hubs, leveraging our natural gas as petrochemical feedstock and fuel for industrial sectors and power, enhancing statewide utilization of gas. A sustainable circular ecosystem is being kick-started in the state capital, Kuching. Energy security from its gas hub is coupled with innovative resource use and green infrastructure so that economic growth and environmental responsibility will work in sync to create value in manufacturing, recycling, and renewable energy. The petrochemical hub in Bintulu will intensify its high-value downstream activities, growing multiple value chains from advantaged feedstock, such as methanol, converting into acetic acid. Energy-intensive industries are centered at Samalaju, where pioneer investors have already established operations and more have committed multi-billion-dollar investments. With cost-competitive access to gas and upstream byproducts, opportunities are available for ammonia production, hydrogen export, and a multitude of industrial applications. As the node of Sarawak's Northern Virtual Pipeline System, MIRI, the historic home of oil and gas in Malaysia, will provide greater access to energy and boost light industry, commercial, and residential users. Sarawak hosts a cost-competitive world-class business environment. The state recently ranked number 1 in Malaysia for attracting foreign direct investment, accounting for 1/3 of the nation's total FDI in the manufacturing sector. Our infrastructure is robust, which includes the Pan-Borneo Highway, 6 seaports, and 7 main airports. Our talent pool is skilled and capable, developed via world-class universities and international schools located within the state. Our people are friendly and welcoming, and no stranger to cultural diversity and harmony. Sarawak is a beautiful place to live, an even better place to do business. Take your place in Asia's most sustainable energy ecosystem and become an integral part of the next investment destination in Southeast Asia.
And now we'd like to have an honor to invite the Right Honorable Datuk Tinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari Bintun Datuk Abang Jopeng, Chief Minister of Sarawak, to deliver his speech. The Right Honorable, please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, salam sejahtera. Salam Sarawakku sayang. Yang berhormat Saudara Datuk Ahmad Jaul Samion, yang berhormat Datuk Nordin Majais, yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Sri Muhammad Baki Saleh, Pengurusi Petronas, seterusnya yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Ahmad Datuk Hamid Bugo, Pengurusi Petros, pegawai-pegawai pengurusan tertinggi Petronas dan juga Petros, tuan-tuan, puan-puan yang saya hormati sekalian. I would like to share with you our vision for 2030. The Sarawak government has launched Vision 2030 with the aim to transform Sarawak into a high-income advanced state by the year 2030. A bold aspiration to double the state GDP and triple household income by the end of the decade, while integrating environmental sustainability across all development initiatives. An enabler for this vision is to drive a step change progress in domestic gas utilization. Gas offers game-changing socio-economic opportunities downstream sectors such as power generation, petrochemicals, and other related industries while limiting carbon emission. Well recognized as a transition fuel in the global decarbonization journey, this crown jewel of Sarawak resources has a key role to play in meeting power demand growth and diversifying the power generation mix. On 7 December 2020, the state government and PETRONAS entered into a commercial settlement agreement, CSA, which sets out the principles of Greater Sarawak participation, enabling greater revenue share and affording opportunities to derive equitable economic benefits from our oil and gas. Within this agreement, we have defined an operational consultative framework by which PETRONAS, key state agencies, and PETRONAS meet to implement the CSA's intent. Among other equitable arrangements, the CSA envisages the formation and implementation of a comprehensive gas master plan for the state of Sarawak. Our 10-year Sarawak Gas Roadmap, or SGR, is designed to realize the full potential of our abundant gas resources aimed at achieving Sarawak Vision 2030, contributing towards 10% growth in GDP and creating thousands of high-income job opportunities. The SGR envisages implementation of broad economic activities in the period to 2030, from the development of additional power generation, petrochemical industries, to reshaping the landscape of downstream businesses within Sarawak, centered upon 4 strategic demand hubs spanning the state. Today, we realize firm progress towards our Sarawak Gas Roadmap with this announcement for access to an increase in supply of domestic natural gas of up to 1,200 million scarf per day from the current 450 million scarf day by 2030 for the implementation of identified projects under the SGR. This is a step change achievement, a supply increase of over 250%. Thank you, PETRONAS. Securing Sarawak resources for Sarawak's progress. To effectively exercise our rights and the CSA, the imperative is that our state oil and gas company, Petroleum Sarawak Berhad or PETROS, is the one-stop center for operationalizing the oil and gas value chain of Sarawak in collaboration with players in the marketplace, including investors and PETRONAS alike. Since incorporation in 2017, the state government has continued to strengthen PETROS. In the upstream, PETROS achievements to date: 1. As regulator and resource manager of onshore Sarawak and implementer of the State Oil Mining Ordinance 1958, PETROS has awarded its first onshore exploration block SK433 to rejuvenate the exploration, development, mining of oil and gas in onshore areas. 2. Its wholly owned operating subsidiary, Petroleum Sarawak Exploration and Production Sarawak Berhad, or PETROS EP, has also entered into 2 offshore Sarawak Production Sharing Contracts, PSC, as a non-operating equity partner effective 1st January 2021. 3. As a result, today PETROS EP is the 3rd largest equity gas producer in working interest share in Sarawak, behind PETRONAS Charigali and Shell, and the 2nd largest equity condensate producer. 4. PETRONAS EP has also secured a minority carried interest position in 1 offshore Sarawak exploration block and expects to gradually increase its presence going forward. In the downstream, PETROS is driving closely with other state entities to increase the domestic gas utilization through various Sarawak Gas Roadmap initiative to capture greater value locally from upstream gas production and contributing to socio-economic growth through job creation for Sarawakians. 1. Since January the 1st, 2020, PETROS is the single entity for the supply, sale, and distribution of domestic gas to industrial and residential customers, with ownership and operatorship of Bintulu and Miri gas distribution system. On 4th August 2021, PETROS LPG entered the homes and businesses of Sarawak, first serving our capital city of Kuching, Padawan, and Bau, and expanding across the state soon. Through assuming regulatory control of onshore mining, enforcing our constitutional authority over the distribution of gas, and increasing PETROS participation in offshore petroleum production areas, the state government will continue to strengthen PETROS in spearheading to the state's enhanced involvement in the oil and gas industry. A key enabler is access by the state for adequate natural gas supplies needed to drive the state industrial development agenda. Through the CSA, the state government is emphasizing the case for greater participation of Sarawak contractors in the Malaysian oil and gas industry, with a focus on oil and gas activities in Sarawak. Through the consultation framework, we are working toward 3 key objectives with PETRONAS to benefit Sarawakian contractor community. 1. Capture a bigger share of higher value contracts. 2. Verify and prioritize bona fide Sarawakian and Sarawak-based companies. 3. Accelerate vendor development program, VDP, for Sarawakian companies. All these initiatives by the state government are aimed at achieving Sarawak Vision 2030 for the benefit of all Sarawakians and in turn to the nation at large. To Petronas, we appreciate your continued collaboration with the state government and with your counterpart, PETROS, to support the realization of the state's strategic agenda. With the game-changing understanding we announced today of access to this increased supply of gas by 2030 for domestic purposes, we are well placed to implement our Sarawak Gas Roadmap. With that, I wish all success to both Petronas and Petros. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I would like to request the Right Honourable to remain on stage for the signing ceremony. And now we'd like to invite Lembaga Tan Sri Datuk Sri Muhammad Baqir Saleh, Chairman of Petronas, to invite all the VVIPs to join the Right Honourable Chief Minister on stage for the signing ceremony between Petronas and Petros. Ladies and gentlemen, for signing ceremony, representing Petronas, we'd like to invite Encik Adif bin Zulkifli, Executive Vice President Upstream, and to be witnessed by Senior Muhammad Firoz bin Asnan, Senior Vice President Malaysia Petroleum Management. Representing Petros, we'd like to invite Yang Bahagia Dato' Sau Kakok, Group Chief Executive Officer, and to be witnessed by Yang Bahagia Tan Sri Dato' Amar, Dr. Hamid Bugo, Chairman of Petros. And for this signing, ladies and gentlemen, is witnessed for and on behalf of the government of Sarawak by the Economic Planning Unit. We'd like to invite the Director of the Economic Planning Unit, Yang Bahagia Datuk Dr. Muhammad Abdullah bin Zaidil. Ladies and gentlemen, Sarawak State Government through Petros has requested for the total Sarawak domestic natural gas supply to be increased to 1,200 million standard cubic feet per day in a staggered basis by 2030, aligned with the need of identified key driving economic and value-added activities that is to be implemented as part of Sarawak Gas Roadmap. And this MOU set out the measures, steps and actions to be taken or pursued by all parties to ensure that Sarawak domestic natural gas supply requirement for the implementation of Sarawak Gas Roadmap are met by 2030. Once again, welcome to the signing ceremony of Memorandum of Understanding for natural gas supply to Sarawak between Petronas and Petros. the MOU is witness for and on behalf of the government of Sarawak, represented by the Economic Planning Unit, signed by the Director of EPU, Bahagia Datuk Dr. Muhammad Abdullah bin Zaidil. Ladies and gentlemen, and now we come to the exchanging of documents, which will be witnessed by the Right Honourable Chief Minister. We now invite Encik Adif bin Zulkifli, Executive Vice President Upstream, Petronas, to exchange the document with Yang Bahagia Datuk Sau Kako, the Group CEO of PETROS. Congratulations, Petronas, PETROS, and of course, the State Government of Sarawak. Terima kasih. And let's have the proper photo opportunity. Or both parties together with the Right Honourable Chief Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, can we give another round of applause to the State Government of Sarawak, Petronas and PETROS. Majlis merakamkan ribuan terima kasih. Thank you very much, the Right Honourable Chief Minister, and also the rest of the VVIPs, the Chairman of Petronas, members of Petronas and also PETROS, and Economic Planning Unit, State Government of Sarawak. And that concludes the signing ceremony of MOU for natural gas supply to Sarawak between Petronas and PETROS. And we hope that the additional gas supply outlined in the MOU signed today will help to spur more future growth opportunities in Sarawak for the benefit of its people. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Petronas, we'd like to express our sincere gratitude to the Right Honourable Chief Minister for your presence today. Terima kasih, Yang Berhormat Ketua Menteri. And I would like to invite Yang Bahagia Tan Sri, Chairman of Petronas, to invite and accompany the Right Honourable Chief Minister and also all the invited guests for refreshment. Thank you very much. My name is Zaki Zaidi, wishing all of you have a wonderful weekend. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.